What up, what up, what up, what up? Don't forget, Funk from the front seat. Our special guest today, Mr. Garrett Shider. But y'all sit back and y'all check this out. Good to be back live. Yeah.
Hey, yo, man, what time is it? You know what time it is, man. 2 a.m.? Yeah, man. Man, you know what? What's that? It's 8:46, bro. Wow, that's deep. Yeah, you know what time that is. Yeah, man. Nappy head. Yo. Funk Army. What's up? Stand up. Get it live, y'all. Yo, Funk, drop that beat. You know what we gotta do. Yeah, man. We bringing this funk just for you. Repeat after me. Say it. You don't have to be the best. Just gotta outlast the rest. You don't have to be the best. You don't. Just gotta outlast the rest. No, you don't. You don't have to be the best. Just gotta outlast the rest. You don't have to be the best. Just gotta outlast the rest. United we stand, divided we fall. Should our backs ever be against the wall, we'll be together until the jam is done. I'ma say that again for you. United we stand, divided we fall. Should our backs ever be against the wall, we'll be together until the jam is done. Here we go, y'all. Now let me tell you a little story about United We Stand. It says we're gonna funk across this funkless land. We gon' stand and let our voices be heard. We ain't gonna let nobody stop us from spreading the spiritual word. The ruthless corporate greedy don't give a damn about the needy. We need everybody in the house to join us on this one, alright? Y'all say, united we stand, divided we fall. Should our backs ever be against the wall, we'll be together until the jam is done. Are y'all out there? You feeling me? United we stand. Come on, y'all. Divided we fall. Should our backs ever be against the wall, we'll be together until the jam is done. Yeah. Check. 1, 2, 1, 2. United we stand, divided we fall. Funkin' with the poor people most of all, as they poison our mind with food control. Third eye is wise, sacrifice. Wake up and see what they doing to you and me. Keeping a separate product of Illuminati, like the jail cell did my boss John Gotti. Dirty politics and high-priced prostitution reside in all the important positions. Just look around at the injustice in the world. Some forced to live in the deplorable conditions. Watch what we do. This rap is coming up just for you. So sit back, relax, check on our phone calls. The nappy hip-hop army always bumping in your drum. Twitter, tweet, the TikTok.
What's up? Welcome to another edition of Funk from the front seat, as I'm burning some sage for my ancestors. Today, we got a really hot show, a very special guest. My brother, Star Child, Garrett Shider Jr. is in the house. We're going to be talking all things FUNKATEERS ball for the late, great, legendary George Darden. We're going to really dig deep into the groove allegiance and this new hot thing that this brother's bringing in. And I had to dig out my Star Child glasses. So without further ado, this brother's getting up early for us from the West Coast. my producer, Mr. Mark Lee. On behalf of all the funky fans that are tuning in, we appreciate you. None other than, I got it, Mark, Mr. Garrett SHIDER is in the house with us. What's up, baby bro?
Hey man, what's happening?
How you doing, man?
I'm all right. So
Good, good, good to see you.
I wish I would have sent you an updated flyer. I didn't know that you didn't have access to the updated flyer.
We got one. We got one. I just wanted to use that for the backdrop. So
Oh,
we
I
got the
got you.
other
I
one
got
too.
you.
Yeah,
I
man.
got you. Yeah, what's happening, man? You good?
I'm better now. Been through that thing. Yeah, I know you've been
Yeah,
following whatever. So I'm through
yeah.
that, and I'm just taking my time to October till I finish the stuff, and then we're gonna get back out there. I gotta a few things popping, but yeah, man. I'm just happy right now. I'm blessed, bro. I get the chance to sit and talk with you, chat with you, and see your smile and your infectious love and energy, man. So, um, how is things, man, on the West Coast? You there for a while now, or you just over there working?
Just I've been doing a little bit of work, just some feature shows with a couple of folks, and some studio sessions, and I'll be headed back east probably in a couple of weeks though.
Okay, okay.
Yeah, just keeping
So,
busy, just keeping busy.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Mark, do me a favor, right? Could you put up that flyer, the newer one, right? So we could just chat about that a little bit. But Mr. Shider is nice enough, man. I appreciate you. Um, you know, tell my audience just a smidgen. Everybody knows you, of course, around the world, but just a smidgen of when you knew you was gonna be funkadelic.
I mean, I was raised around this, so I guess I always, knew that that's what I wanted to do. But
Yeah,
I guess
yeah,
really, I guess I didn't really feel confident to really start owning it probably till about the last, 5 to 10 years or so, to be honest. So,
yeah, yeah, yeah. I remember when I first met you, you was playing drums. I saw you in New York City. I was living there at the time, and you got behind the drum set, and you was like, I think it was Maggot Brain, but I can't remember for sure. But I was like, what?
yeah,
I'm like, what?
I like to think I can play drums sometimes. I won't
Nah,
take any drum. I won't take anybody's gig, but I can hold a little something.
you played that night, bro, because you was double bassing it and everything. And I was like, and then I was talking to because I knew your dad. He was very kind to me all the time, and he's like, that's the one right there, you know. And then years later, of course, guitar and all the other stuff you're doing, and I'm proud of you, man. I want to tell you personally, every time I've met you and talked to you, whether we was doing something with Tony Cam or something, or just seeing you on shows, I'm always wanted to tell you I'm very proud of you, man, because you're an amazing dude.
I appreciate that.
All around amazing dude, man. And I appreciate you. I love you to death, like my baby brother. I never had no brothers, so you one of them, man. So let's
I
dig deep.
appreciate it,
I know
man.
you got things to do out there, but tell us about this new thing, the Groove Allegiance, and what this is about.
Um, all right. So essentially, I've done a show with this band Groove Allegiance before. It's been some years because I stay busy, with George and some of the other side projects that I end up doing. But what I've been doing is, what I'm doing with this particular thing here is, the venue reached out to me around the time that Mr. Darden passed away, and I was already chatting with them trying to get Groove Allegiance back in the venue. And so after the untimely passing of Mr. Darden, they asked me if I would just feature and just curate this year's Funkateers ball. So I agreed to do it. And essentially, what I decided to try to do was decided to try something just a little different for this one here. And so, what I decided to do was I decided to try to put this show together. And first and foremost, of course, it's going to be a P Funk show, a P Funk tribute. So it's the music is going to be P-Funk music still, so it's still going to be a P-Funk theme tribute. But what I wanted to do with this one was I wanted to kind of make the overriding theme of this. I wanted to kind of represent uh, um, the legends of the funk, or some legends of the funk meets some of the new guard, the new musicians, or the new, funketeers, for lack of better term. And I've tried to put this show together with some performers that I know from the circuit and that I've shared stage with on other occasions. A few artists who are out here making a name for themselves right now. So I added, so this year I decided to feature a friend of mine. Her name is Yasra St. James. She's from the DC area. She spent a lot of time in New York as well. She's a very dynamic performer. She's like a cross between like James Brown and Betty Davis and Prince, like this
Woo.
package all rolled into one.
Hot.
She's super dynamic. She spent time with recording and writing with Erica Badu. She's currently, I think, in Lenny Kravitz's band, and she's been making her own way as well. She just packed the Apollo about a month or so ago for her own gig. So she's pretty dope. I have another colleague of mine his name is Marcus Machado. He's from the New York area. He's a super dynamic guitarist. Matter of fact, he's one of the young. He's like been dubbed like one of the up and coming young guns of the guitar world. He's really stupendous player. And he does a pretty good. He does a nice Hendrix, and I think he's going to do some funkadelic songs, and they're going to be a lot of fun. And he's going to kill it, man. He's really dope, and he's a really good player. And last but not least, I have Brandon Taz Niederauer also agreed to feature on this one. So a lot of folks in the Funkateers, a lot of the Funkateers might be familiar with Taz because he sat in with us a few times when he was actually smaller, a real young dude. But right now, he's really doing his thing right now. He's doing an Almond Brothers tribute that he's been touring around with for the last year or so. But another young, dynamic guitarist. I mean, he's 19 years old. He's super dynamic. And he's got a super dynamic stage presence as well. So these will be the features on this year's Funkateers Ball, as well as Groove Allegiance closing it all out. So now, the way that I'm setting this show up is Groove Allegiance is set to be the house band for the entire night for all the features. And so the kicker to this is this conglomerate of Groove Allegiance that I'm putting together is going to feature P-Funk members. So I'm slated to had to use Lodge Curry. I'm slated to use Benzel. I think the horns are going to be involved, and of course, Mike is already featured on it. So the Groove Allegiance is going to consist of those P-Funk veterans, but it's also going to consist of the featured acts. They're going to also join Groove
That's
Allegiance as
hot.
well. Yeah, they're going to also
Dude.
join Groove Allegiance as well. Um, and so the Groove Allegiance set, I can already tell you, we're going to do, since it's the 50th anniversary of which one? Standing on the Verge and Up for the Downstroke. We're going to perform those records in their entirety. That's what we're going to do. We're going to perform those records in their entirety. We probably do two different sets, but we're going to perform those in their entirety, as well as probably some P-Funk hits to close the show out. And the whole point of this show that I'm trying to put together is I want this particular show to be a representation of kind of a changing and passing of the guard. I wanted to represent that is what I want this to be. And I just wanted to do a really good P-Funk tribute show. And I wanted to showcase some artists that I know the Funkateers would really appreciate that probably just were not on their radar just yet. And I wanted to showcase these artists in the kind of setting that the Funkateers would appreciate. So what better setting than a P-Funk tribute show? And the main goal into this was I wanted to make sure that whatever we did show-wise, that we made sure that we honored George Darden for creating this thing.
Yeah,
On
man.
is
And
to
I know,
rebrand. I'm kind of renaming the Funkateers Ball, and I'm dubbing the Funkateers Ball. It's called now from now on the George H. Darden II Funkateers Ball is what we're calling it now. So his name will be attached to it for eternity because this is his event and his child. So I wanted to make sure that I paid all homage and just show my appreciation for the fact that this is that I'm blessed to have this fall into my lap.
yeah. Yo, man, let me tell you, that is, first of all, thank you for sharing your vision. And
Hey Zach, I
you
can't
know,
hear you, bro. I lost your.
oh, you there? I'm here. You hear me?
I can't hear you.
You can't hear me? I don't know what happened. I'm still here. I know you went out and came back, but I'm here. I'm not on mute.
You
Let
are
me
able
just,
to hear me?
I can hear you. Yes, I hear
Okay, yeah, I
you.
just can't hear you for some reason. Let me see.
I hear you fine. Yo, Mark, you back there? We still connected?
Yeah, y'all are still connected. I hear
I
both of
hear you
y'all loud
now.
and clear and
Good.
everything. So I hear
You good now?
Well, I hear your producer.
You don't hear me?
because I hear him. Do you hear do you hear Zach?
I hear your producer.
Does he hear me, Mark?
He does not hear
Okay.
you.
Okay, let me go out and come back. I don't know what it is. Let me go.
Okay. Okay. Well, hopefully he's gonna come back in and
How
everything.
about now?
I hear you now.
All right.
Good. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. No worries. What I was gonna say, thank you, Mark. Your vision and your thought process behind this and the way that you set it up, I think every Funkateer who was down with George way before he did this, and every Funkateer that can actually make it has to be there for this. This is a must be there.
Yeah, it's gonna be a fun show, man. It's gonna be a fun show, and so you know, I didn't want to, just to make it clear, it's like it's not necessarily my intention to change up the flow that had already kind of been, that everyone was kind of used to. I just, from the ones that I had been to, I just, had this, I just felt in me each time that I had been there that show was really screaming for, like this kind of a presentation, man. It just felt like it was screaming for that, man. It felt like a prime opportunity to be able to introduce the Funkateers to some of the musicians that I get a chance to tour with that are really killing it out here right now, and just probably are not on the Funkateers radar just yet. You know what I mean? But they will really appreciate these artists, man. Trust me. I I took a long I took my time to figure out who I thought would be really good for this
I can
thing.
tell.
Yeah, I took my time and to figure out who I thought would be really good for this thing, specifically from the standpoint of I wanted some dynamic performers that I knew that the Funketeers would just appreciate, but probably just we're not familiar with, and I think they will be blown away. I think that they will be highly blown away by this show, man.
I
Especially,
already know, bruh. I can manifest the vision now. I'm gonna be
yeah.
right on the side with Tony singing backstage. That's all I want. I don't have to be on stage. I just want backstage so I can, you know me. I'm the fly on the wall. I'm the
Yeah.
most mellow person in the world, bruh. I just like the vibe because the vibe gives everybody love, and that's what you do well. I've seen you perform. I don't know, lots and lots of times, and you always smiling, man. You always repping, positive dude, positive brother, and the fact that because my producer actually knew the young lady, Mark actually was telling me about her, and
Oh,
wanted to get her
yeah.
on separately, so we'll work that out. But the fact that the torch was passed to you individually, and now you passing the whole thing is that's incredible depth in your thought process. And a
Well,
brother
that's
like me, I appreciate that.
Well, that's kind of my duty. You know, what I mean, that's kind of my job right now. That's kind of where I am at this point in my life. You know, I'm kind of in between the legends and what's coming after that, right? So it's kind of my job to bridge. I'm it's my job to bridge the gap. So this felt like just the perfect opportunity to be able to make that happen. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So far, it's just come along very well. All the performers have agreed, and they're all excited and looking forward to it as well.
yeah,
And we also have DJ Lance Reynolds, man, will be spinning all night and all between sets. And I also will be introducing to you guys another DC artist, a colleague of mine. Her name is they calls herself. She's got a band that she calls the Rump Shakers. Her name is Moon Newbill.
uh-huh.
She's going to feature with Groove Allegiance as well. And she probably will do a feature as well. And I said it's going to be a lot of fun, man. And everyone's going to be backed by a lot of the legends from the P Funk. So it's gonna make a lot of sense, man, and it's gonna be just a lot of fun, bro.
Yeah. And what I'd like to ask you, with your permission, get back, because I want to do a funk from the front seat live, and
Uh-huh.
just get catch some reactions from some of you guys. Me, I just stay out the way, but I think it's important, because a lot of Funkateers that may watch this or go back and watch it, I want them to really feel the energy that you have manifested for George Darden. That's important, because I love that brother. I always hugged him, and I know he was fighting a lot till the end, but he got that one in. And I think about Honeybee, too, and how Chocolate City Alliance is continuing to bring things like this in that area. So I am pumped. I cannot wait. I know you got a comment for George, like what Overton would do. I like to be on the side, George. Right. See, me and George just want to like be the fly on the wall. That's it, right?
uh,
But yeah, man, this is gonna be good. So for those watching Saturday the 28th,
yes,
it's
September
a
the
whole weekend of
28th.
fun, right?
Yes, yes, sir. September 28th. Go get your tickets right now, man. Don't wait. Get your tickets right now.
Yeah,
Still plenty seats available, but tickets are starting to go. So go ahead and snatch them up and don't miss it, man. I'm trying to tell you, this is getting ready to be
yeah,
just it's gonna be epic, man. It's gonna be an epic passing of the funk torch, so to
yeah. That
speak.
that's beautiful, bro. I can't wait, man. I'm gonna be there. Just because you know it's part of what we inspired to keep alive.
Yes, indeed.
I'm a Club Funk ambassador, as you know, for Boosie and Patty and all that. So keeping the funk alive, man. This is the holy grail. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
This is the one. If Funkateers, if you ever wanted to be at one, this is the one. It's gonna
It's
be the
gonna
one,
be
man.
it's gonna be pretty epic, man. It's
Yeah.
it's definitely gonna be epic.
So tell us about some new projects and new music that you're working on a little bit.
Well, I'm actually I just started working on some stuff and I actually I just happened to go to Philly to connect with a friend that I met there that's got a studio, and it ended up being a real situation. And I spent a few weeks there and started actually working on a project. So I'm actually planning to have something out or released by the Funkateers ball date as well. So look
Okay.
forward to that. There'll be some new music coming for me because I'm 4 years overdue. It's been 4 years since I released anything, and so yeah, I'm working on some stuff. The best part about what I'm working on, though, is I've actually discovered a crew of kids in Philadelphia. I'm talking about some actual kids, like kids that are young enough to be my kids, and they are some of the most talented kids that I've come across. The studio that I'm at, Second Street Studios in Philadelphia, they host a live stream every Tuesday. And so the streams essentially consist of like all these young artists. A lot of them have graduated from like the University of the Arts or some of the arts programs around there in Philadelphia. And they do this live stream every Tuesday. And so I sat in on one of their live streams, and I did like a live kind of vocal master class for them. And I invited a few of them to come back to write with me. And so I got a crew of about four of them that came through, and they came through consistently and wrote with me. And the best part, a few of them are already kind of seasoned. They're like, I think they're like between the ages of like 21 and 25 or something like that. But a few of them are already very seasoned. Like they study, they know what's up. The other ones, they're all just kind of like bright-eyed and just enthusiastic and just excited to learn how to produce funk music and how to create funk music. So I essentially created a little impromptu funk academy while I was there in Philadelphia with these kids. And I wrote a few songs with them. And while we were out there kind of vibing on the session, they on the spot put themselves a little funk band together. And so I wrote them, so we continued writing. I donated them a song for their first song for their band, like all kinds of stuff, man. It was really cool. But I'm saying all of that to say more on the theme of bridging the gap and passing the torch kind of thing. I ended up not only putting in the beginning stages of whatever my next project is going to be, but I also discovered some kids and discovered a funk band that I'm probably getting ready to be mentoring. Um, one of the kids, the youngest of them all, mind you, she's 21. Her name is Cherry. She's 21, mind you. She is Betty Davis reincarnated, bro. She is Betty Davis reincarnated. I wrote a song with
Wow.
her. Yeah, and she blew me away in just one take. In one take, it was clear in one take. You know what I mean? She's got it, bro. These kids got it, and I'm mentoring them. And pretty soon you'll probably be hearing from them very soon as well. So I'm working on a lot right now, man. I have a wonderful situation happening in Philadelphia with these kids and recording. And what we're trying to do is eventually we're trying to turn this into I'm trying to start a funk academy up here in
Yeah.
Philadelphia. So yeah, so
You
I'm
know that?
working on that. I'm working on music. I'm gonna have a new release very soon. I'm gonna at least have a single to release by the FUNKATEERS ball. So y'all can definitely count on at least a single coming from me very soon. And I am working on my next project. So believe me, I have music coming very soon.
Yeah. That's great because it's nice to see the P Funk veterans like yourself and the ones that make it go starting to drop these things because I know the Benzel connection and B More and Tony Cam with the Kids of Funk. I'm involved in that with him, and it's nice to see these things happening because you're the keeper of the funk. So who better to get it from? It's almost like drinking pure spring water. It's like you go right to the source. You can't go
Exactly.
wrong when you go to the source. You know what I'm saying? And
Exactly.
God blesses you even more for sharing your gift like that.
Exactly.
That's why
Exactly.
I always loved you, man. Always.
I appreciate it, Zach. I appreciate it. And
Yeah,
just on
man.
another quick note, another thing that I kind of want to mention about this Funkateers ball. Um, so I want y'all to know what the ultimate plan is in my or ultimate plan thinking in my planning for this show is that I'm actually hoping that this here will be something that we can put together that can actually travel as well, so that this won't be just a 1 year thing in Bethesda. Is actually kind of the hope. We're kind of hoping that we can create and build something that we can actually take and travel from city to city, possibly. So
When you approach these artists, right, and they're all amazing in their own way, and you had mentioned to them that this was going to be something special, um what was their reaction to it?
well, they were all excited. Yasra was very excited. Yasra is I actually, so Yasra, I actually went to high school with Yasra. We went to the Duke Ellington School of Performing Arts together. So I've known her for a very long time. And I've
Right.
always known that she's a huge funk fan. She's always been like a huge Brides and Parlette fan. You know what I mean? Yeah, seriously, she used to talk to me about it in school all the time. You know, she's a huge fan. And so I know, so she was very excited that I asked her, and she's excited to participate. Um, Marcus, so Marcus is also very excited. Marcus has been very eager to showcase himself in the DC area already as it is. So, you know, he's like really looking forward at the opportunity to being able to showcase himself in the DC area.
Yeah.
And he's super excited about actually being able to cover some funkadelic music. I think he's even planning to do like a Eddie Hazel song or something like that, something from off of Eddie's album. And so now Taz, I'll tell you what, Taz is 19. So, you know, you know what 19-year-old enthusiasm can be sometimes. You know what I mean? He's probably preoccupied with so many other things right now. He's in college right now. You know what I mean? He's got girls. So, you know, I'm very sure he's excited. I'll tell you who is excited for him though, his
Yeah.
dad.
Yeah.
Yeah, his dad's excited for him, if
Yeah.
anything. But Brandon's excited too, man, and Brandon's gonna kill it too, man. Like Brandon always kills it. He's super dynamic, man.
You know what's dope too, and I think about this in two parts. All the music that the vets, the OGs, like your dad and everybody laid down with all of these different entities, Parlette, when you mention that, and the bride, this and that, it's so much for everybody to grab their own slice of pizza and do what you want with it. That's why
Mhm.
I'm like you, I never got into that other stuff because I'm like, yo, everybody can grab their own slice. You know,
Uh-huh.
I took a bite. Joni, you took. You know, you're there, but we call us the satellites. We're able to take bites too. You know what I'm saying? So I always urge my Funkateers, man. This is a family thing. It don't matter. You can't hate on anyone. I stress this on all my shows. That's not the funk, and the
Yeah, that's
vision is coming to fruition because all of this other stuff is happening. So
yes,
your dad used to tell me when I met him, get in where you fit in.
that's
You
right.
know what I'm
Like
saying?
there's no point in out here screaming one nation under a groove and none of that stuff if that's what it is, because again, like you said, if that's how you feel, then you have missed the point all of these years.
Yep.
You have missed
Yep.
the point all of these years, man. This is, we like there's plenty of songs to in the P Funk catalog to tell this story properly. Let's get it together, man. Let's keep it together. You know what I mean? We are one nation under a groove,
That's
man.
it. That's
All
it.
these things, man. The mothership connection, man. All that stuff is real. Yeah, all that stuff is real, man. So, that
Yep.
it's not about hate, man. And I've never operated that way. You know what I
Nope.
mean? Like I have nothing but love in my heart for everyone. But
Yep.
what I'll tell you what, one thing that I get, I'm not saying more so than anyone else or anything like that, but one thing that I know I understand and that I get, this thing is bigger than every last one of us. It's bigger than every last one of us. You know what I mean? If we don't continue to nurture this thing way, in this way, that doesn't mean like we can't hold on to this for ourselves. You know what I mean? And it can't. We can't take it with us to the graves. We have to pass this on. That's the only way that it lives on. And the only way that you do that is you have to embrace other folks. You have to pull other folks in who want to do this, man. It's like we can't, that's nothing that I can keep to myself. I have no desire to keep it to myself because that's not the way it was taught to me. And again, that's not what the music that preaches. The music is so anti-hating. The music is so anti-envy. The music is, if you really absorb in the music, then you get the point that you're supposed to let everybody get a turn. So, let everybody try, man. Let everybody get down, man. Nobody's that gatekeeper. Nobody's the gatekeeper. You
Right.
know, there's no gatekeeper to this, man. The one is for everybody, bro.
Yes.
The one is for everybody.
Yes. Yes. That's dope the way you said that. Because the one is for everybody.
Yeah, the one's for everybody, man. So,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
eh,
I'm so happy that, of course, Mike is a staple there,
oh yeah,
and what he does, man. That
oh yeah,
brother, mm, you
oh
know.
yeah. So yeah, I think, and I look forward to seeing. I really look forward to seeing these features, man, with these veterans and seeing the mash, man. I think it's going to be so beautiful, man. I expect it's going to be. I expect it's going to be beautiful. That's all I can say.
Yeah, yeah.
And I'm
Um,
excited, man. I'm just really looking forward to it, man. I hope you guys show up, man. Like, I know I went a little bit. I strayed a little bit from what maybe the tradition has been, but I just hope everybody will just give this show a chance, man, because believe me, my heart is in the right place, man. I just want everyone to enjoy a thoroughly good show, man. It's like the Funkateers have been coming to this thing for, what is this, the eighth one now? Y'all guys have been coming for 8 years. You know what I mean? It's like this is what I'd like to do for you guys, and for George, because I I understood what George wanted to build with this, man. I think, I think I understand, and and in all ventures, you know, you might come to the table with a vision all the time, but you know, no vision or no vision sees its successful or meets its successful point without other folks helping along the line, along the way, or contributing things along the way. Like no one man can build it alone. So George has carried this thing very far for 7 years, man, and done a hell of a job to keep this thing going. Yo, yo, yo. Has done a real, he's done a real thing keeping this, a real job keeping this thing going. So, I feel like I've been seeing it and feeling like I could offer a few good tweaks to this thing, man. And this is what I'm offering. This is my tweak, man. I feel like it's a good opportunity for us to, you know,
I'm
bring
very excited.
the
I know
young
the
to the old.
Funkateers. You guys better get your tickets because this one's going to go hot and fast, and they're coming in hot and they leaving hot. So the fact that it's all come together like it's supposed to in the age of Aquarius is even better.
Uh,
You feel me? Because this is the change. This is the time. Everything around us, so y'all know what I'm talking about, is getting ready to switch up. So the fact that this is like the rebirth of the new landing, kind of the thing that on those album covers where the ship and then all the people was there and everybody just kind of, built into their character of being a Funkateer, a true funk soldier, that's for me, even going through what I go through, I'm like, yo, but I'm still a Funkateer. You know what I'm saying? You ain't taking that. I belong to something bigger than myself. And I'm glad you said it that way because that's the OG's vision, man. I know your dad is smiling. I get messages and I get tinglings. Your dad visits me a lot in my dreams, just so you know. Him and Prince always come to me. They help me write songs.
oh, nice. That's a
Yeah,
good
man.
combo.
Straight up, for real. And
That's a,
when I knew you was coming on, I was like, okay, I got to make sure I'm healthy. I'm back to normal so I can do a good interview. Tell me a little bit more about any pre-game stuff you got planned or visits or, autograph tables and stuff like that with your comic books?
well, as far as the event, I know the coalition, I think, is still doing the meet and greet the day before. So if you guys are in town that weekend and a few days before the show, if you go to any of my Facebook pages or Instagram pages or the Funkateers Balls Facebook or Instagram pages, you'll be able to pull up some information on the meet and greet. But I think they do that at the Bethesdian Hotel the night before the show. And it consists of, I think they do like karaoke and stuff like that. And, it's typically a pretty, it's like a nice little, just kind of pre-hangout, kind of pre-event before the event where everybody can kind of just smooth and get to know each other. get to know the artists if they're there, kind of thing. So, and I also think they're also coordinating an after party too for after the ball as well. So,
Yeah, 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 yeah. That's great. I've been to at least 4 of them now. I missed the
okay,
first 2, but I made every one since then, right? And
okay.
they're all unique in their special way. And I'm just glad that number 8 is meant for you to do number 8 because of the power of the number 8. And 8 to 812 is the manifestation of the Lionsgate portal. So you eights all around, bro. I'm telling you. See, because this is where I'm at in it. My funkadelic roots go in that space kind of thing. And I was like, well, yeah, it's 8, and it's the 8th one, and Mr. Darden's spirit gonna be all over the place, along with Honeybee's spirit, and we just go smile and have fun, man. I cannot wait, to see other people's faces, because I get a love thing watching other people have fun, watching you do your thing, introducing your wings. You wearing the wings? Don't tell me. Don't you have to tell me. Keep it a secret. Keep your costume secret. I won't even put that out there. Yo, dude.
I'm gonna be flying regardless. So
I know. We will be. For sure.
yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Is there anything else that you want to add, or anything that you might want to tell the people about this or yourself?
No, man, just thank you all, man, for supporting me on this, man. Like I said, I know I'm going to maybe a little bit off the tradition a bit, but I appreciate y'all riding with me on this, man, and giving me a chance at it. And, I think that you guys will be thoroughly satisfied that you did, man. That's my hope. And, that's what I'm manifesting for you guys. So I'm looking forward to seeing you all and having a ball at the Funkateers ball. Oh, you know what? That's what I forgot to mention. The contest, the Funkateers costume contest is active. I'm gonna tell you guys, man, y'all better get social media savvy, man, because y'all be missing all the good nuggets and stuff because y'all don't want to jump on social media, man, and lock into the social media, man. But I'm telling you, y'all lock in, man. We got the Funkateers costume contest going on. Go to the Funkateers Ball event page. All you do is you post your picture of you in your funkiest costume. We're going to pick the winner, and the winner is going to get 2 free tickets to the ball. So, see, y'all post your pictures, you might not have to even buy tickets to the ball. So
That's right. I know, because there's a thread that I'm on with Tony and them, and I'm like, okay, why? I ain't costuming up, but I'm looking. I'm like, yeah, this is gonna be hot. And like the brother said, just check out what's going on, especially now. It's a little over a month away, whatever. Now's the time to really lock in, make your plans, get your hotels, put your little money aside, whatever. Now's
bring
the
a
time.
friend.
Yep. I'm
Bring
gonna
a
have Mark
friend, bring a girlfriend, bring a boyfriend,
cousins, moms,
cousin,
aunts,
yep,
uncles,
auntie, yeah, bring
and
them.
dads. Yo, Mark, you back there? Raise your finger for me. Can you pull up the Funkateers Ball information and drop it in the thread for me? Thanks. Appreciate it. And my producer, Mr. Mark Lee, while he's doing that, I know he always has one question. So, Mark, you want to pop in with your question first for the brother, or no? My producer extraordinaire, there he is.
Yeah, I can do that really quickly and everything. How you doing? Definitely glad to have you here on the show. You're doing some amazing work. I'm glad that you are incorporating a lot of different sounds into the music and everything. So knowing Yazra, because I actually knew her when she was at North Carolina Central University, I was just wondering if you could talk to our audience about the importance of the ways that the music blend together and everything. Because as Zach will tell you, I'm a big fan of the blues, a big fan of the jazz, and it sounds like some of your artists that you are reaching out to have some of those deep jazz and blues roots and everything as well. So I just wondered if you could share a little bit about that importance to the funk music also.
Well, so it's like this. Remember when you were a kid and you just we come from a generation where we watched ourselves, right? So remember when you were home and you wanted a snack or you wanted something to drink, but you're a little kid, so you're not gonna drink water. You know, it's Kool-Aid, it's juice. You know, you got a few options, but we're kids. You know, so what do kids do? I wonder if I put some of this Kool-Aid with some of this apple juice, with some of this lemonade, you know, with some of this soda. I wonder what that tastes like. Oh wow, taste that. You know,
Yeah.
that's the best comparison I can use to explain that. That's what the funk is, man. Like you said, it's some of the most soulful music first and foremost, but it's a blending of some of the most eclectic and soulful music and some of the most important and influential music in our society, to our society. Blues, R&B, you know, rock and roll, you know, pop music. And when you're talking about funkadelic in particular, folk music, you
Mhm.
know, lounge music, you know, you name it. They've touched all genres, bro, and that's what the funk is, and that's what makes it universally acceptable, if you ask me, because there's something in the funk music for everyone.
Yep. Definitely agree
Well
with you on
said.
that and everything. So I'm gonna bounce on out of here and everything. Garrett, just really quickly and everything. What's your take on the importance of music to some of these political divides that we're having as well? Because I know a lot of people are trying to figure out how we can use music to unify society when so many people are trying to unify us.
Well, to be honest, I don't really. So music is musicians, artists. We are the messengers here, right? We're the interpreters, is what we are. Um, a lot of stuff happens in this world that you know it's beyond the understanding of people, right? Artists are here with an innate ability to be able to absorb these things and interpret them in a palatable way to people, right? That's the importance of music to, you know, a time like this. That's the importance of music to politics, to society. We are the messengers. We are the ones to shape perspective. We typically are the ones who can shape perspective. These days, we exist in a time where we are so saturated with media, music, movies, what do you call it, news media outlets, et cetera, et cetera. We're so oversaturated with information right now that it's really kind of hard to break through with that song with that galvanizes the you know society. It's really kind of tough to do these days because you know it's a lot of noise out there now,
Yeah,
you
it
know,
is.
and it's really hard to filter through that these days. So, you know, the significance is just that we are the ones to kind of, you know, bring everyone's to, you know, to call and bring everyone's attention to, you know, the things that they might not be necessarily able to see with because they don't have their third eye open like artists tend to. So that's the significance. The problem is right now it's tough breaking through in that aspect because there's such an oversaturation of, you know, just noise now. So
Yeah, yeah. I find that the live, because putting out product is what is needs to be, and the live is where they can really take a bite. If you go see P Funk live or whoever live, Dunks for whoever it may be, right? You take that bite, that's fulfilling, and it kind of circumvents what you just spoke about because the market is so saturated that it gets lost in the white noise. Everything is just like the Matrix now. My dog Kevin
yeah.
up in Philly, I know you watching, Kevin, shout out. So live, you take the right pill, the bigger the headache, the bigger the pill, you know what I'm saying? And you get in that space because everybody around you's in that same space. And that's why being an artist, and watching what you guys do is a safe haven for us because we feel safe there. and we're getting the messages, and we're understanding about the peace, love, and harmony of what the funk is. That was a good question, Mark. Thank you, man.
Okay.
I'm not going to hold you too much longer, sir, because I know you have to go, and I was going to have a heart out today. I got some things I got to do, but I am grateful that you came on. Once again, on the bottom, FUNKATEERSBall.com, and get all the information, giveaways, costume parties, and all that good stuff, man. So
And get your tickets. Get your tickets at BethesdaTheater.com or go to InstaSeats.com. I have a link to the ticket site in my bio and my IG. If you follow me on Instagram, go get your tickets right now,
right
man.
now, that's right, that's right. And I'm going to be rerunning this show all day today. So, Mark, we're going to put this one up every 2 hours, and just let it go. And sure, anytime you want to just pop on for a quickie, bro, before the thing, we still got over a month because I want to get this out to as many of the fans that watch this show as possible, because this is important. And I
I
would do it
appreciate it.
anyway, but it's just the love I have, man, for the things. So George is beaming in. Especially if I go on the same drawing, I'll draw on a pair of shoes for free.
Nice.
George, he be in it. Matter of
I wear
fact,
size 11,
yeah, right. Me too. 10 and a half.
10
He
and a
did it
half,
for me.
11. Either
You
one,
know.
I fit.
Him and Curtis, they're the new Pedro Bells, and still with Stozo, and
Yeah.
Tony Canby doing his stuff, whatever, in that funkadelic mind.
Well, shout
Yo,
out to
brother.
all those Funkateers, man. Shout out to everybody. Tony Cam. I see Sonia on here. Shout out Sonia. Shout out George. Shout out Curtis Wilcox. I see you guys on here. I think I saw Joanne Halfacre as
Yeah,
well.
yeah.
Yeah. Shout out to everybody, man. Thank you guys for checking it out. And thanks for having me on, man.
Yo, brother,
Look
man.
forward to seeing you guys at the ball, man.
Absolutely, bro. You stay safe out there on the West Coast. Do your thing, and we'll be in touch soon, bro.
All right. Look forward to it,
I love
man.
you,
Thanks for
man.
having me again. Love you back, bro. Take
All
care
right.
of yourself.
Take care. Yes, sir.
All right.
Awesome. That was awesome sauce, bro. See, Funk from the front seat. We get exclusives like that because we actually know these people. So it's a difference when you see it and then you got to get it secondhand. You guys have gotten secondhand information sometimes, and that's great. But when we can have the artist on the show and they can tell you from their heart what's going on with it, that's why I do this show, and I will continue to do this show, because of moments like that are extremely special for my audience and to me. And all the Funkateers that follow the show, they follow the reruns. You guys check stuff out here and there. I appreciate each and every one of you because, think about it. We started this show, and I say we, that's us together. We started this show during COVID. And here it is 4 years later. Y'all been riding with me ever since. And that's powerful. And I get so elated and excited. And shout out to my boo, Christy. She always picks out my wardrobe and dresses me. So I appreciate you. I love you. Mr. Mark Lee, I want to take down the poster for a minute. We'll put that back at the end. But I got to get into some things with you. But first, I got to give some shout outs to some people. Of course. Let me start at the top. JTRP, P-Funk Radio, Gabe Gonzalez, I love you. Larry Funkster Jones, I love you. Boosie and Patty Collins, of course, it's the power of the one. We're going to show that video too. HJ Entertainment, K&N Jams, and go check out my dog, Kevin Harrington. His clothing line is blowing up, is big, is bad, so y'all need to see that. Tony Cam and the Funk All-Stars. Tony used to owe me a shirt, so that's cool, but I love you, bro. What we did last week is dope, and y'all stay tuned for this East Coast Funk All-Stars. Y'all just drop a little tidbit thing. Napier Funk Army, of course. Oak City Music Collective, Diego, and my crew down here that takes care of me with the bookings and stuff and venues. I appreciate you guys. September 6th, Raleigh, Hopscotch. Y'all be there. That's my comeback from the cancer show, and I'm going to be on fire. All right? Afterglow, 92416, Donna Sneed and Boogie Munson Foundation. I love you guys. Q&A Entertainment, Otis Q Dog down in Georgia. I love you as well. Brooke Clagett, my funk angel, Julia Rigsby, Tony Cam, Chocolate City Alliance, holding it down for Honeybee and George Garden. This one's for him, bro. All right. Patricia Dioria, Aquarius Rising Arts, Curtis Wilcox, and of course, Georgia Funkavinci, amazing graphics artist, always doing stuff for me, always, sending me stuff and making sure my set is tight. David Brooks, Dr. Brookenstein. Now check this out. Mark says he wants to go, but me and Christy going. So maybe I can hook you up, Mark, and you and David Brooks can room together. I'm going to work on that. We're going to get you at this one, bro. And David Brookenstein, Dr. Brookenstein takes care of a lot of the Nappyhead Funk Army stuff. DJ Coccolino in Ireland and in Italy, and DJ Elisabetta in Ireland. I thank you so much for always spinning my Nappyhead Funk Army music and turning it into house music. So send me some copies of it because I think I lost it when my computer crashed. David Webb, Funk Chronicles All-Stars. Robin Circular P. David Webb, thank you for inducting the Nappyhead Funk Army brand after 24 years into the Funk Hall of Fame in Dayton, Ohio. We love that. My OGs are very excited about that. It's an honor. And everybody out there that ever tuned into the show, y'all are the pure road dogs. I appreciate each and every one of you. Mark, I just want to run this video, and then we're going to come back and address the elephant in the room, if that's okay with you. All right? I'm just going to run this thing real fast, and we're going to come back and address the elephant. Because, of course, Funk from the Front Seat is aware of everything that's going on, and we're going to make sure that we stay on top of it. So y'all check this out. The brother was talking about the one.
It's however you feel, but you just have to fit it between that space, that little space that you got, which is one. 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 And then you would try to fit your different notes, but you felt in between it, like, and that's the funk. And you can change that.
The funk is the power of the one. It's the power of the one. the vibes flow through. It's too many things that the funk can't do. Never underestimate the power of the one. Just jump up to your feet and you know this funk has just begun. You can lean on me, let your mind we funkin' on a roll ball. The essence of the funk is the power of the one.
How many of you mud feeling good like I know you should? Look at this is jug all right now. Get the body poppin', funky, don't stop. Gotta keep it going all night long. Have a blast, not to smash, but the roof down off this mother. Running up, girl, to the bar, to the blood, to the loop, this baby mama.
You give me the power to feast us. You give me the power in what I think of. Power, you give me power, baby. Of the funk is the power of the one, Bob. One!
Power of the one, Mr. Markley. So we got a few minutes. We have to address the elephant in the room. Thanks to all my audience still tuning out. And I got to give a shout out to my friend in Seattle, Cindy, that always tunes in on the West Coast. I love you. Thank you to my West Coast people and everything that, I've been dealing with. I've been getting nothing but love from everybody. And I appreciate it. And I think that that's one of the things that helped me get through it. So, we good. We just gonna take our time, heal up, and do that stuff. But Mark, real quick. Okay.
Yeah.
As the change is upon us, the feeling of togetherness with Camilla and the coach, as I call him. What are your thoughts on how this is uniting the nation?
Well, it's definitely mobilized a lot of folks. I mean, you've got some folks that are not wanting it to be mobilized, and they're still trying to play dirty politics and still trying to play some games in terms of trying to put it in a negative. But she's got folks definitely galvanized. She's got a lot of folks of different nationalities, of different races, of different classes as well, that are coming in to support her and all along those lines and everything. So she's definitely galvanizing, and she's flipped the polls, because there was a time that Biden was way behind, and now a lot of the polls actually have her in front. So we just got to maintain this energy. I've heard that just here in Durham, she's recruited something like, I want to say 10,000, or it might even be more than that, but it's been a significant amount of people that have come to volunteer for her campaign and all along those lines and everything. And I think something similar is happening in Georgia and all along those lines. So she's got a lot of folks, including a lot of young people, that are wanting to hear a new message and a more positive message and all along those lines. So definitely I've talked to some people that are in that volunteering space, and they have said that they are thinking about volunteering. As a matter of fact, she's got an office in downtown Durham and everything. So definitely we're seeing a lot of folks that are excited by this campaign, and we haven't even got to the Democratic convention, which will be later on this month and all along those lines. As a matter of fact, they were doing an event, I think it was at St. Joseph's yesterday and at Mount Calvary today, that was a get out the vote effort as well. So a lot of people are definitely being galvanized and are excited about this new opportunity and all along those lines. So I think that it has definitely got folks excited, and we'll see if the excitement maintains till November, because we can't now that we got the engine revved and going, we got to keep the engine going and all in that kind of way. So definitely it'll be interesting to see how this puts out the notice and everything, because there might even be more than 10,000. It might be closer to 100,000 now that I'm thinking about it. But I know there are a number of volunteers right here in our state of North Carolina. That's not even counting what's going on in other places as well.
Yeah, I think, in my own personal opinion, we had actually talked about that and broke that news the day before. But I feel that the tone doesn't need to be this thing where I hate you, you hate me. Let's just all get along, right? And this dude, I don't call his name, is a grifter, right? Everything in sight, this dude is grifting. Sneakers, he's selling glasses with bullet holes in them, gold-plated sneakers. People are buying this stuff. This one guy, and this is just me, I saw a cat on YouTube. He had the whole bit, I hate Biden, fuck Biden, this, that, fuck Biden, middle fingers all over the place. And then the guy asked him, well, what are you going to do now that Joe Biden is not the candidate?
Right.
And the guy said, well, it's too late. It's non-refundable. That's how the boy be doing it. If you buy something from him, it's non-refundable. People need to understand the grift. Now, we all in the matrix. We all know politics is bullshit. But we have to understand certain levels of bullshit. This guy is going to mess with my Social Security. I can't have that. Talk about grabbing body, you know what? And I got daughters. I can't have that.
Right.
You know, all the other stuff, that's his personal business. I could care less. But the minute you start talking nasty to women and threatening how you're going to do this, that, and the third when you get in and try to be the king, dude, you ain't going to make it.
Yeah, like I said, he's not going to make it.
I'm going to tell you what happened. What happened is he underestimated women.
Yeah.
See? Now, hell has no fury. Or I got to say the quote correctly. Hell hath no fury like a woman scorned. So
not only that, but he underestimated something else that you were part of and everything along those lines, because he tried to make it into a negative by trying to claim that Kamala had not always identified as African American, even though she belonged to an African American sorority, and they were going to run a couple of political organizations that were African American oriented, that were political and all along those lines. But she has never steered away, and that's why I said that you have family members, your two daughters, that can say the same thing. She's never steered away from the fact that she is biracial. Her father is Jamaican and her mother is
that's
Indian.
not even, you know what, that wasn't even an issue, bro. He just was reaching in the bag of empty nuts, because the whole world is biracial now. Nobody gives a shit about that anymore. You know, my daughter is 20 years, even back then, 20 years ago, nobody gave a shit in New York about that. And see, this is the thing. When we are in a position that we can make a change, and all you young people out there that's going to watch this show, make the change. It's always better. My generation did it. My father's generation did it. Generation before that did it. Now it's your turn to make the change. Whether you vote or not, whether you vote left, right, middle, independent, it doesn't matter. Just make sure your voice is heard. Because if your voice is not heard, then you can't say and complain about anything. But if your voice is heard and it don't turn out the way you want, at least you can say, well, damn, I tried. Now, when it comes to these people up top and they're trying to relate to me, I got to go with the person that's closest. Prince said it best. Lesser of two evils, illusion of choice. Okay.
Yep.
So, lesser of two evils is always the best route. Yep. Because we already know what the other person is about. We already seen that. And we don't want to get COVID again. We don't want the country shut down again. You know?
No, we don't want that and everything.
Nah, we can't have that, man. We're making too much progress. The country is in a good space. Don't believe the hype about, this the crime and everybody hates each other, this and that. I just went to Virginia last weekend. We had a beautiful experience. Talked to all kinds of people. You know what I'm saying? Problem, but it doesn't matter. We're going to fix them along the way. The whole country is not on hate mode.
It's not on hate mode. I just went to a beautiful event yesterday or last week myself and everything because on 2 days I had the chance to go down. Didn't get to do as much as I usually like to do, but I did get a chance to go down to Winston-Salem, North Carolina to the International, used to be called the National Black Theater Festival and all along those lines. And I actually met a legend while I was there, and it was an accidental meeting of the legend. And we actually talked about economics and everything like that. You would actually know the legend that I met. Well, actually, I've told you before that I met Petrie Bird, not really a legend per se, but he is the bailiff from Judge Judy. But while I was there, I saw some people with the instruments that were coming into the hotel, and I asked them who they were, and they were supposed to be performing a gig in Winston-Salem out at one of the parks and everything. And I had the pleasure of meeting the founder of Club Nouveau. So I actually met Jay King, who is the founder of Club Nouveau, which is that very popular R&B group, and all along those lines. And we actually wound up sitting there talking for about an hour in the lobby about stuff that we talk about here on this network, because he's very much into economics, into understanding the power of our economics and all along those lines, and even trying to get young people in that, because he was also one of the founders back in 1986 of the Timex Social Club. So like I said, I know that you are aware of that kind of music and everything. So I'm just over there seeing him and his musicians actually like, you need to talk to this brother. So I wound up talking to Jay King, and who knows, maybe we'll try to get Jay, because I told him about this show on the on this network, and have him have a conversation with you, because he did know some of the funk music community as well. But like I said, I was just there trying to network and do what I do, which is meeting folks, and literally stumbled across a true legend while I was there and everything. So that just happened to be one of it, as you like to put it, fates and those like-minded people being in the right time in the right place and connecting, because that was what destiny wanted us to do, was meet together and all along those lines.
Yeah, I hear you. I think that George got a comment. His ears are bulletproof. But so here's the thing: when we look back at the whole history of this thing going down, right? And of course, minorities have had it hard, but we're making progress. Now, I'm always about first, right? I want to see first. Sometimes first may not be the greatest grander choice, but that choice must be made because it's first. Jackie Robinson wasn't the best Negro baseball player. Josh Gibson was, but they chose him because he had the moxie and he had what it takes to be a leader, right? First, right? And then Josh didn't come in, but then Satchel Paige and the kid, the gentleman from the Dodgers, Campanella, came in, right? But first, okay, Doug Williams, Super Bowl quarterback. There were other black quarterbacks, but when he won the Super Bowl on the Washington Redskins, had one of the greatest halves ever, he was the first. It was first. Tony Dungy with the Indianapolis Colts. Peyton Manning had been trying for years. They broke through. It was first. I hated the Colts. I'm a Jets fan, but I had to support him because he was first. All right. And he was actually going against another black coach, that was on Chicago Bears. So if you look at Shirley Chisholm, first, you know what I mean? So we had Barack Obama, of course, even though Bill Clinton really was the first black president, but but Barack Obama first, right? And then now we got a chance to make history with this woman, and she is overqualified for the job, because if that moron can run the country, imagine what she could do. And you know what? I just want to say this to everybody: clean up your room, because mom is home.
No, she's not gonna play. She's definitely gonna make sure that things are going everything along those lines. So there's no doubt about it and everything. So just really quickly, because I gotta tease you, because I'm so surprised you didn't recognize the name and everything, but definitely and then I'm gonna leave it alone. But Jay King was one of the founders of the Independent Label Coalition, and by the way, he managed Cameo and Kathy Sledge back in the day as well. So we definitely got to get him on the network and on this show, because definitely he's got a rich history all the way back to the 80s and everything along those lines, because he had actually teamed up with Benny Medina and everything. So he's definitely got some funk roots as well and everything. So we'll definitely have to get him on the show, because he's definitely got those strong funk roots, not just the R&B and disco roots as well and everything. So like I said, I told him about this show and I was like, we're going to have to see about doing it, but I got to talk to the man in charge, which is Zach number 9 and all along those lines to figure out when it can happen and when it will happen and all along those lines, because I do know that. But there's no doubt when it comes to Kamala that she's going to clean up. I'm also loving how they are trying to toss her love of music in her face, because one of the ads, if you look at that other past president and everything, he shows her dancing and shows her they're trying to do that whole while Rome is burning, Nero was fiddling kind of routine and everything, because they're saying that she wasn't paying attention to the border, but that wasn't her job to pay attention to the border. Her job was to try to find solutions and everything. It was not to be a quote unquote border czar and all along those lines, but they're trying to paint her as if she is incompetent and that she's not know what she's doing. But we know that that is a total lie, and that this whole notion that she was just dancing, because they have a clip of her dancing is from some event she was at, is a affront to many people, including the women and everything.
Shout out to my dog Hot Wayne, JETS all day, all day. Oh, they get my bail money ready. I don't know what that means, but I don't need bail money. I ain't going nowhere. You know what I'm saying? I'm good to go. That's funny, bro. But yeah, you know, I look at life, and I'm 66 years old. So I've lived through them all. It was Dems, Repubs, Dems. I didn't really give a shit. You know why? Because I knew how to navigate this country. And that's what smart people do. We navigate whatever we have to get to the end result. We don't whine. We don't cry. We don't bicker. We don't call each other racial slurs. We don't put down women. We're not misogynistic. We're not homophobic. We accept all groups. Smart people do that because they know that it makes the world better when everybody's loving each other. Most intelligent people are vibrating at a higher level.
Right.
We're not trying to get down here in the dirt and do all of that BS and that nonsense. It's a waste of time. We vibrate at a higher level. We make beautiful things. Kids, music. Sonia Murphy is a nurse. We take care of people. We're empathic. Georgia Funkadeelic is an artist. Curtis is an artist. We do all these things because we're not vibrating at a lower level. So I suggest if you're down there in the mud and you're unhappy, raise your vibration, because being in the mud is what's making you unhappy. You can't blame it on your neighbor. You can't blame it on this one. You can't blame it on who sleeps with that one. You can't blame it on what religion that person is. Look within. The kingdom of heaven is within. You got to look within. You got to get your spirituality correct, America, because I'm telling you, the change is here already. So wake up. You know, we're in the 5,125 year cycle. I'm not done yet, Mark. I get you. We're in the 5,125 year cycle. The change already happened. We're in the age of Aquarius. So follow the ancients to get to this point to understand what I'm telling you. It's much, much deeper than you think. Change has already happened. Go ahead, Mark.
Now, speaking of change happening and everything along those lines, it has been very beautiful because I try to do it every 4 years and everything, and there might have been some pushback because some people misinterpreted the opening ceremony and everything, but I have been watching the Olympics, and to see our brothers and sisters actually making a lot of noise and doing it in sports that we have not always been the top at and everything. So there, Simone Biles did an amazing job, but I also saw a sister that was literally, even though they lost the last match and will be playing for the bronze medal, but the sister that is playing water polo, which is playing at a high level, and she is a sister and all along those lines. So we're seeing our brothers and sisters of all nationalities doing a lot of amazing skills as the Olympics is coming to a wind down on this particular day and everything. So I've even been following some sports that I don't usually watch, like handball and climbing and a number of other things, but it has been truly amazing watching the skill sets of some of our athletes. So I just wanted to add that as a plug, because I've even seen some of the brothers and sisters that have gone for sports that we don't always think about them about. Because I watched the championship game and I just saw the U.S. beat Brazil in soccer to win a gold. But I also watched earlier today before coming to work, the French play the Poles, and they had a number of brothers and sisters that were on both of those teams. And I've also watched some of the brothers and sisters playing for their nations in different countries, whether it's some of the African countries, but also some of the European countries. So it's just been fun watching the melting pot come together in the Olympics. So I will say that sports is kind of like funk music. It can be a unifying force there as well. So that's kind of where I was going with that. It's been watching them.
I hear. Let me give a few shout outs. Sonia,
Yeah.
oh, let me put this. This was funny. Yeah, I thought that was hilarious too. Shout out to my dog Terry. What up, dog? Love you, bro. Thinking about you, man. Yeah, and I just wanted to let the other brother know that I'm from Long Island, New York, so we was Jets all day. So I'm gonna always rock New York gear. That's just how it is. George put up a good point. Hold on. He said, without the brothers and sisters at the Olympics, the United States wouldn't have a chance. This is why, we have a voice. And as long as we use our voice for stuff that's positive, there is no downside to it. There is no downside to it, man, because we're doing positive, loving things. Basically, we're just taking the spirituality out of the Bible and bringing it to the street. That's all it is. And I'm not religious. I follow Buddhism. So all it is, just taking it and giving it back. That's why this is important, because she will be first.
Yeah.
We have to support first. That's my rant. I want to just put this back up again, Mark, so people know about the ball. And we're going to get out of here, man. Take care of your ancestors. Take care of the people around you. Take care of your neighbors. Take care of your coworkers, your bandmates. People at the bus stop, stuff like that. Say hello once in a while to a senior citizen. Those things are important. These are our ancestors. They built this country. People like me have built this country. People like you help build the country.
No, Zach, just really quickly, so on that note, and I'm not trying to be a down or anything, but definitely try to remember those friends and honor those friends, because you never know the next time that you will be the last time that you see them, and all along those lines. I just had a pioneer of mine here in the sound community that literally was the victim of one of those gun violence incidences, and that was last week and everything. And I had seen him probably several months back at some of the events, because he used to be a regular sound man for Kwanzaa, and when it was at the Armory and everything. So like I said, when you see those friends, be sure to talk to them and like you're saying, honor them and keep track of them, because you never know when fate may have you not see them again, and all along those lines, because it's just important that we recognize the living while they're living and not just give them their flowers when they are gone. I'll just leave it at that.
That's right. And you know something? I just dropped this East Coast Funk All-Stars. We coming, yo. Y'all pay attention to that. There's always some funk going on. And we been working on some things, right, Terry? So we going to take y'all down our rabbit hole and do some stuff. And I'm very excited to be part of that. God is great. God is good. That's all I can say, man. You guys been a blast. And I want to thank Mr. Shider. I always call people Mr. and Mr. Garrett Shider for being part of the show today. And also for... I guess the word would be illuminating what it is that it's going to be about. Okay. Yep. And that has me completely excited, because now we know, and now we're going to run it on video all day so others will know. So I need you guys to share this show. Just take the link, share it as much as you can on all your platforms.
Every 2 hours, right? We're gonna run it every 2 hours. So the next one will be at 2 o'clock, 4 o'clock, 6 o'clock, 8 o'clock, 10 o'clock, midnight. So we will run it every 2 hours, because Zach has deemed that this is a good way.
You know what, Mark? Started at 3 o'clock.
Started at 3 o'clock.
3, 5, 7, 9, 11.
All right, we'll do 3, 5, 7, 9, and 11. So that, because it'll be less than a 2 hour show and everything. And I got to find out where these people are doing this event, because they don't have any music that I'm seeing. So they got to have some music, because I saw that this group here, that is a women's empowerment group and has some women teens that they're doing an event that's in November, and I didn't see any music listed. So I'm gonna have to find out how they're doing a cycling and another kind of event and not having some music involved in this event, so we can get you books for it and all along those lines. So the Rhoda generation is here, and they're having these teenagers, but they're having a party in November, and I think that they need to have you play at it. So I'm gonna have to reach out to them when they come out of here and be like, who's booking their entertainment, so we can see if we can't get you on that and everything, since I saw they were doing that in Pittsburgh, which isn't that far from us and everything. So we're gonna have to see whether we can figure out a way to get some of these organizations to book the Nappy Head Funk Army and some of these other bands that we've been talking about and all along those lines. So I'm definitely going to, as they walk by, going to be reaching out to them and finding out, hey, y'all having an event in November? Why don't you have live music? And if you don't have live music, I know just the band for you.
Well, you're right about that. And again, thank you, Sonia, because Sonia, she's like the funk princess that goes from all around in her magical way, finding stuff out and supporting everybody. I love that woman to death, man. I can't wait to see you at the ball. So check this out. You guys have been a great audience. I'm actually out of here now. I got to go work on some nappy head stuff. Again, you know, we're going to pay homage and tribute to Mr. George Darden. And what better brother to bring it in than, you know, one of the OGs of funk, you know, Mr. Garrett SHIDER. And we appreciate his time. We appreciate your time. You all stay tight, you know, and, you know, say, yeah, that's right. We got to keep it James Brown tight, because that's what we do at night. We be funking over here, and that's how we roll. So, again, I'm excited. You guys get excited. Share this show. It's going to be on a lot. And, you know, we're just going to roll with it like that. Mark, we're going to get here the same way we started. United we stand. I'm going to drop that in. And y'all have a good day. Funk from the front seat. 9 on the Grind TV every Saturday, 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Thank you, Mark. I'll see y'all later.
Hey, yo, man, what time is it? You know what time it is, man. 2 a.m.? Yeah, man. Man, you know what? What's up? It's 8:46, bro. Wow, that's deep. Yeah, you know what time that is. Yeah, man. Nappy Head, yo. Funk Army, what's up? Stand up. Get it live, y'all. Yo, drop that beat. You know what we gotta do. Yeah, man. We bringing this funk just for you. Repeat after me. Say, you don't have to be the best, just gotta outlast the rest. You don't have to be the best, you don't, just gotta outlast the rest. You don't have to be the best, just gotta outlast the rest. You don't have to be the best, just gotta outlast the rest. United we stand, divided we fall. Should our backs ever be against the wall, we'll be together until the jam is done. I'ma say that again for you. United we stand, divided we fall. Should our backs ever be against the wall, we'll be together until the jam is done. Here we go, y'all. Now let me tell you a little story about United We Stand. It says we're gonna funk across this funkless land. We gon' stand up and let our voices be heard. We ain't gonna let nobody stop us from spreading the spiritual word. The ruthless corporate greedy don't give a damn about the needy. We need everybody in the house to join us on this one, alright? Y'all say, united we stand, divided we fall. Should our backs ever be against the wall, we'll be together until the jam is done. Are y'all out there? You feeling it? United we stand. fall as they poison our mind with food control. Third eye is wise, sacrifice. Wake up and see what they doing to you and me. Keeping a separate product of Illuminati, like the jail cell did my boss John Gotti. Dirty politics and high-priced prostitution reside in all the important positions. Just look around at the injustice in the world. Some forced to live in a deplorable conditions. Watch us, watch what we do. This rap is coming up just for you. So sit back, relax, check on our phone calls. The nappy hip-hop army always bumping in your truck. Twitter, tweet, TikTok. The ruthless corporate greedies don't give a damn about the needy. A movement, genocide and homicide is happening all around the world. Promise me this, promise me that, when all the fat cats stabbing us in the back. Man, get off my back, bro. Killing me. Let me see you wave your hand. We all wanna take the stand. Rise up against the corporate man. Let me head all across this land. Oh yeah. Nothing but this new type funk 2022. Let me see you wave your hands. We all wanna take the stand. Rise up against the corporate man. Let me head all across this land. Come on, y'all. Come on, man. United we stand. Divided we fall. One more time. Should our backs ever be against the wall, we'll be together until the change is done.